How does one decide whether a mutual fund is good or bad? Suppose you have two funds, then which do you decide which is a better performing one? That is, how do you judge a mutual fund basically relative to another fund? The common man normally uses the metric of net asset value. He assumes that the fund with the higher net asset value is the better performing fund. This is erroneous. Net asset value cannot be used to compare the performance of two mutual funds. Plus, there are various other factors. I can count 10 factors which are important before judging whether a mutual fund is good or not. But before we go into this, let us understand what is a net asset value. The net asset value of a fund is the total assets under management divided by number of units. This will give you what is the value of each unit of a fund. That's all it does. It is not a performance metric. Erroneously, people use it as a metric. Then, what are the 10 factors I talked about which can be used to measure the performance of a mutual fund in comparison with a peer fund? Let me explain. But before I explain to you, I want you to do the following three things. 1. Press the like button of my video. Engage with us by commenting. 2. Subscribe to my channel and persuade your friends and relatives to do so. Third, turn on the bell notification so that you get to see every video. If you don't turn on the bell notification, you will not receive every video. Welcome back to Be Rich. Today I will tell you 10 ways by which you can compare your fund. 1. Please look at a fund with fund's performance over 3, 5, 7 year and 10 year. I am not talking 1 year because 1 year can be a freak. So if you want to judge the performance of a fund, then take both the funds and compare with each other for 3 year, 5 year, 7 year and 10 year return. Then you will know which fund is performing over the long term. The fund which performs over the long term is better. Why am I asking you not to compare it with a benchmark index? It is very difficult for any active mutual fund to beat the total returns index. A fund which beats the total returns index this year will definitely fall back within a couple of years. Therefore, if you have decided to invest in an active fund, do not compare it with a benchmark fund. Compare it with a similar fund in which you have not invested. Second, how much the fund tracks falls behind the benchmark index. Yes, the reason why most active funds trail the benchmark index is because of the expense ratio. So, any performance in which a fund tracks the benchmark index by more than 2% is not acceptable because most funds have an expense ratio of between 0.75 to 1.5. Therefore, if they are falling behind the benchmark index by more than 2%, it means poor management. 3. Compare two funds which have using a metric called expense ratio. Expense ratio is the amount of money that the AMC, the asset management company, charges you for managing this fund. This ratio is total funds divided by the size of funds. The higher the expense ratio, the less the chances of you making money. So when you are comparing two funds, pick the fund with the lower expense ratio. That means you have more money left to compound. Expense ratio is the only reason why index funds repeatedly beat active funds. The lower the ratio, the better it is. Fourth, what is the quality of the fund manager? So you must track the fund manager, look at his interviews, look at his writings to judge whether your investment style syncs with his style. If he is a very aggressive person and you are a defensive investor, the styles don't sync. Point number 5. The most important thing you should know is compare what is exit load and what is an entry load. Exit load is within the stipulated period of investment. If you want to make an exit because of emergency reasons or for any other reason, then you will have to pay a percentage extra over the NAV to get back. Let me explain. If you are getting 20,000 rupees and the exit load is 1%, you will have to pay 1% of 20,000, which is 200 rupees, to leave the fund. So never accept a fund which has an exit load. Then there is a concept of entry load. Any fund which charges an entry load is a strict no-no. What they are telling you is, we are a super fund, so pay us a premium over the NAV to enter the fund. There is no such way. If instead of paying an entry load or an exit load, it is better to go and sit in an index fund which is no cost and has no exit or entry load. 6. There are two types of ratings: CRISIL ratings and VRO ratings. Please take a look at the ratings of each funds before you decide. 8. What is the investment objective of the fund? There is no point comparing apples with oranges. What do I mean? When you are comparing two funds, make sure they are investing in the same asset classes. You cannot compare a debt fund with an equity fund. You cannot compare performance of a small cap fund with that of a large cap fund. So you have to compare apples to apples. You are going to compare one apple with another apple. No point comparing a balanced fund with an equity fund. Finally, 9. What are the individual constituents of a fund? That is, you have to take a look at the stocks that they have invested in. If you don't like the stocks they have invested in, better to press the exit button. 10. And the most important, what is the investment objective of the mutual fund? Some funds are there for giving regular income. Some are there only to protect capital, and some for appreciation of capital. So you have to decide what is the method you want and invest in that. My 2-bit suggestion: don't waste your time. Go buy an index fund and go to sleep. Thank you for watching. Be rich. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English: The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.